Hit it. Welcome again to season 2, the best season. They're just gonna keep it getting better and better. And I have with me today, like Mama D would say, drum roll, Callie. Callie, not Kelly, but Kali, Callie, like California.
Thank you.
You're probably all wondering why or we grace with this beautiful face and presence. So my other guest that was originally planned, super last minute, had to cancel. So he couldn't make it. It was not a bait and switch. I promise you guys. So he just couldn't make it. He was doing some work stuff. Might do some a podcast later on with him. But love him, cool. So we have Callie now. So thank you, Callie, for coming and being on.
Thanks, girl.
Which is also funny because I feel like I've had all my best friends on. So now you've fulfilled the best friend. Unless I'm leaving one out. Has everyone been on?
Yeah.
Or we've all been.
Kat, me.
Mama D?
Mama D.
Mom, but best friend at the same time?
Yes.
I'm like, am I forgetting someone? I'm like, does Andy count? But, all right. So, one thing I for sure wanted to bring up with you, because I feel like you're the master of dating apps. And I mean that in the best way possible. I really do, though. I do mean that. Like, I don't really know too much about the dating app world scene. And recently-ish, you're like, I saw the way you were doing on it. I'm like, I would be interested to try it out. Because I feel like it's almost like you just, yes, I like you. No, I don't. Yes, no. It's like all looks type of thing. I feel like that. So it seems fun when you have nothing to do. You're like, let me just pull up my app. So are you using that more during like the pandemic? Like, how was dating for you during this coronavirus?
I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I think for everybody, I'm not like really dating. I don't know. I would say I've tried like dating apps on and off since I moved to LA like 2 years ago. And like initially it just helped me meet a lot of people. And some of the people I met, like I'm still friends with. Like I never, ended up with like a boyfriend or anything like amazing off of it. But I met good people and stuff like that. And then, I don't know, I feel like just since the pandemic, like I'm more so like kind of only want to talk to people or hang out with people that I like really know. Because it's risky, kind of. And then, you kind of second guess everything these days now.
Yes.
Being around people, sharing a drink, kissing somebody. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's definitely a harder time for people that, like, want to meet somebody new because you're thinking about so much more stuff now that you probably would have never thought of before.
And this might be a super random question, but, like, can the coronavirus be, it's only, like, how does it get, it's just from, like, coughing or any bodily fluids or just, like,
I don't know. I was like trying to keep up with the news on it, and then I kind of just like...
You watch it for sure more than me. I know that. So.
Yeah, I just kind of got over like every little update. But from what I've seen, it's like they're saying like droplets. So if I like cough or sneeze, but they're saying like you could breathe it in. So if I cough right now and the droplets are in the air, like you could breathe it in. Or like if I drink my drink and I give you some... People that smoke, like if you share a blunt or something, I think like there's kind of all these different surfaces that like your little droplets can live on, and then someone else could get it.
Back to what you were saying about that you've made friends off of dating apps?
Yeah.
Like lifelong friends?
Well, not to name names, but
are we thinking of the same person that I know that you
yes.
know?
Yes, I mean, and we're like super good friends.
If it's who I'm thinking of, like, does his name start with a D?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not best friends, but...
No, not best friends, but think about, like, even just, okay, so after we met, like, we hung out, like, we went on a couple of dates, like, it was what it was, like, super nice guy, like, we weren't going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but, like, we went out with him and his friends, like, a bunch of times, like, hung out, like, True. To me, that's kind of cool to, like, meet someone that you end up being friends with, and, like, he introduced me to people that I'm still friends with now, like, guys and girls, So I feel like that's kind of cool.
And what app did you meet him off of?
Fucking Tinder.
Okay, so how many apps have you used? And once again, this is not under by light at all. Like,
No, I
trust
don't
me,
care.
Like, back in Mama D's era, she would use Match.com. Like,
So I've tried like Tinder and Bumble like on and off like a couple times like since I've been in college. I didn't like either of them. And then like more recently, I did try the app Hinge, and I do think like I don't know, like I think at least for people our age, like it seems to be like the best as far as like people that are actually good looking, people that are normal. Like that one seemed
what's
like
not normal?
I don't know. There's weirdos out there, bro, and like
you told me you can set like your age preference.
you can for sure on Tinder and you can on Hinge, so you could have like a range of people, like whatever age you want. But even so, I think it's just like people's intentions, and like also at the end of the day, like we do live in a world now where you kind of have to be careful, like coronavirus aside. So it's like I think it's sketchy for people in general, kind of meeting somebody you met off the internet, because I'm sure like you, Mom, had it happen before. People use your photos, pretend to be
catfish.
you. Yeah, but people can do that like just as easily. All you do is enter like a couple basic things and upload some pictures.
So do you have
know?
like some? Have you ever like came across someone that you're like, oh, he's really fine. His job is good. He's like this and that. He's over 6 feet.
Yeah.
Like, okay, because I think I've actually told you, like, check that he's not a catfish. Because I know with my page, I get people all the time hitting me up like, hey, someone made this fake page of you. They DM me, is this you? Or they have this fake this or this fake that. Like, is this you talking to me? Or is this you doing that? So, like, I feel like even more so I would just tell you, like, just make sure you FaceTime.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Even further than the catfish part, like imagine if it's not them and they want to meet up, like it's almost like a
no,
safety.
it's sketchy. I've never met up with somebody, even like on Instagram, like what you're saying, like, I feel like a lot of people like our age, like you'll DM people that you don't know, like a cute guy or a cute girl, and people will link up that way the same way you would do on a dating app. Mm-hmm. I've never met up with anybody that I haven't FaceTime first. Like I've never. It's sketchy. I'm not gonna go meet you anywhere if I have it like verified that for sure it's you.
So have you made any true love connections, you would say?
Off a dating app?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay, so do you think most people on there are looking more so to settle down or to hook up, or just up in the air, like just go with it? And then what would you say you were looking for on there?
Yeah. I think for the most part, like I just think we live in a hookup culture. Like these days, I feel like it's really hard. I don't think a lot of people are necessarily looking for something serious. I'm sure some people are, so I don't want to say, everybody, everybody's not. But I think for the most part, people are looking to hook up, and, guys will say what they need to say to kind of get what they want. So,
what are you looking for through it, though? Are you looking for a relationship right now? Ready to?
I would be in a relationship with the right person. I've always been a relationship person. Like I love the idea of love. So, I mean, I would, but I wouldn't say, I don't think that's something you can really look for, but I know me, I'm always guilty of being bored. And so like, I'll go and look when I'm bored or down to hang out with somebody new if I'm bored. And maybe that's not the best way to be, but as my friends, like you guys can tell, that it's different when I actually really like somebody.
True.
If I can tell like you're the one and I feel certain feelings, like I'll cut everybody else off for you.
But at the same time, if they're not really at that level of commitment, you'll still got to keep your options open.
I think so. I feel like, you should have respect for somebody that you're talking to, you're building with. But at the end of the day, like, I agree. If they're not ready to kind of take that next step and say, okay, like, I want to be in a relationship or I want to be exclusive, then, there's no need to not explore other options, until it gets to that point.
Love it. We're like, preach. on the dating apps. So I know they're all somewhat different, but still the same. So what do you look for? Like, so the first thing that pops up is their photos. Do you just look for physical appearance, basically, the face, whatever?
I mean, kind of. So, like for some, like
what lures you in? Like, is someone like you're like, okay, he's cute. Like, what do you look for next? On the app, on the dating app.
So, I mean, let's be real. Everything, like, not that you wouldn't get to know somebody, but you can't get to know somebody. You're deciding yes or no off of a certain number of pictures. That's all,
That's true.
Like, you don't,
it's so limited.
Whoever says they're not, you're lying. Like, it's, you're going off looks. So, of course, initially, like, if you're not my type or I don't find you attractive, like, I'm not gonna swipe on you or click yes or whatever. Yep. And then usually you can go down and see, like, Sometimes it'll say what they do for work or like where they went to school or like how old they are, like little other details. So like I kind of look and see like, you know, if it's something I feel like would be compatible with me or something I'm interested in. But I mean, it's usually like that instant, like I'm going to click yes is always off of looks.
Like on Hinge though, like they make you pick funny prompts, right?
Yeah.
Prompts.
Yeah.
So it's just like random funny ones. So on Hinge, you don't really know details too much about them, correct?
Yeah, no, not really. So it has like, yeah, you can pick like a different prompt, which is like funny because you can kind of pick something
What are
funny.
your prompts on your Hinge page?
One
How
of
can
mine,
everyone watch her now find Callie's Hinge page? Hinge page.
literally. One of mine was like, what, like, how would your mom describe you in 3 words?
What'd you say?
I said, caring, outgoing,
True.
independent. And
That's
then
true.
I did one was like a crazy, like your craziest travel story. So I said driving here from the East Coast. And then, I forget what my third one was. I don't know.
I know
It
Mama
will
D
come
would
to
say
me.
you're super creative, arts and crafty. You're like her favorite hobby. Her favorite hobby is scrapbooking.
That is not my favorite hobby. But I do like bedazzling alcohol bottles.
You're like, so let me plug in my new company.
Mama D and I are starting a company.
Seriously though, everything parties, balloons, that needs to
That
happen.
would be good, actually. Party planners.
So what makes you pass someone right away? Like, let's say there's a guy that's like, like he kind of stuck between like, do I hit him up? Do I not?
Okay, so I'll look like... So, okay, sometimes I feel like guys have weird photos sometimes, so I feel like you can tell a lot by the type of photos people choose, right? Like, is it with your dog? Is it with your family? Is it a selfie? Like, are you clearly cocky and think you're fine as hell? Like, I feel like you can tell a lot from people's pictures. And then, like, the next thing, like, if it has any information, like, I like to read, like, what people pick. Because sometimes people will straight up put, like, just looking for a good time. Like, a lot of people will have, like,
They'll say.
recently, like, oh, just looking for, like, a quarantine, like, bae. Like, what the
My
fuck?
dad, I don't know if he still is on Tinder. I'm sure. So my dad shared to me. Okay, so, but you know what? At the same, all right, there's so many different types of people that are on Tinder. Like,
That's true.
at the end of the day, no matter what, like, I feel like no matter what age group you are, no matter what you're doing, like, everyone gets, like, their own. Like, you still get,
That's
like,
true.
it in a good way, as much people want to, like, joke, like, you still, it works for everybody. Like, I'm, like, for people who don't, like, really, let's say they're not out every day, they don't go out, like, you know, you still get time to meet up with that someone, maybe whatever,
Yeah.
whether you're looking to hook up and this and that. So my dad, but my dad's bio used to be, he told me on Tinder, was, I want to be the reason why you wake up, your back is sticky in the morning. But you know what's so weird is like girls liked it. Like that's why everyone's like there's someone for everyone type of thing.
There is.
I remember he
though.
told me, my dad was like, there's some girl up in like towards Victorville before that he would like visit here and there or something, or like some other girl, which is good because I feel like everyone needs like, you know, some affection, some loving, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
I mean, some people are down. I think everybody wants something different. There's nothing wrong. Like, especially, you know,
Yeah.
if you're single and you just want like a great hookup buddy and you don't want necessarily feelings attached to all that, like there's nothing wrong with that. Like that, you know, that's a good option. I just feel like sometimes I feel like people aren't always like straightforward. Like, okay, I really just want to fuck. That's it. I feel like people play like a lot of games to kind of like get to that point, as opposed to just from the jump being like, I'm not looking for anything. Like, you know, this is what it is.
Are you straight up on your first when you hit up people? How do you approach them?
Yeah, I am. I feel like I give everyone a chance. Like I said,
How
like
does Callie slide in the DMs?
I
Or
don't
in
know.
the Hinge message? I mean, whatever.
My move is that you really message me first. Like I really like a man that's assertive, dominant, I'm probably
Okay.
like I probably won't message you first, or if I do, like it'll be something really casual, like a hey, what's up? Like I don't do the most. I don't do
You're like,
cheesy
lovely
pickup
weather.
lines.
Lovely weather we're having today.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I kind of like to see like what they're about and how they're gonna approach it, and then go from there. And I feel like I will give like, you know, I give everybody a chance, but like, I don't know. Once I kind of don't like where you're coming from, I'm gonna stop
What
answering.
put you on initially to the dating apps? Because I know I've never used them before, never really thought of using it or tried. And I mean, just what was it last week that I'm like, well, I was like, I was with you at the beach, and I'm like, let me just try to do this, whatever. And even when I tried, I'm like, I'm not gonna keep up with this. I'm like, it's not my thing.
Yeah, no.
So I'm like, what made you like? Why is it for some people? I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm like, I just can't really see myself like. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like I'm just like looking hard in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was like, especially
Yeah.
initially when I first like had them, and I kind of like looked through like Tinder, Bumble, and I didn't like it at all. Like Bumble, like I really hated because like the girls make the first move on there. That's not me. Like
Bumble.
I didn't like it, but even like. So I've had Hinge for a couple months, and I sometimes like I think it's kind of cool, and there's definitely been like some cool people on there. Like I like one day will remember it, so I'll look through. I'll like, you know, message people back. Like,
Oh, so
okay,
you're
cool.
still active on kind of all of them in a way?
I don't use any of them except for Hinge. Like I don't have the Tinder and the Bumble anymore. I've deleted them and re-added them like a few times, and I just never liked them. But Hinge, like even if I don't go on it for a while, like I've kept it because I kind of like it. Mm-hmm. So, but then like I'll go on for a day or something, right? And then I'll just forget that I have it. Like I'll go on about my life, and then I'll like check it again. Or like, you know, like if I, you know, meet someone that like I actually like I'm not gonna go check my little apps. Like I don't. Like, I'm not going to care about it.
Like, your mind's not there.
Yeah, so it's, like, it's there, but, like, I'm not, like, oh, yeah, like, let me check this, like, every day. Like, I would check my messages. Like, sometimes, like, I'll have a phase where I'm on it, and then sometimes I won't.
But you stand by them. Like, for whoever's listening, dating apps are good. And for guys that are, for the guys that are watching that are on dating apps, how should they approach you? I mean, not you, but, you know, whoever, the other girls that they do.
I mean, I think for
how do they
single
come
people,
at it?
they're worth
That
a
it
try.
worked for you, but, like, but I'm saying, like, how should they, let's say, like, they found a girl that they like how should they approach
Yeah.
a girl on the app?
I think just being, like, genuine and honest is everything. Like, literally, if that's, like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm just trying to fuck. Like,
So,
that's
right in the first message, like, hey, you want to fuck? Yes or no?
Honestly, I had someone, like, send me that message. Like, hey, what's up? Like, just, like, looking for a couple, like, this and that. And I was like, cool, like, that's not me, but, you know, appreciate it. But I feel like being, like, straight up is everything. Like, just first and foremost, like, not that you necessarily have to say that, but I feel like don't do the most if you're not, like, looking for anything. But I like people that will genuinely, like, get to know you, like, have a conversation, and then, okay, from there, like, if you guys are, like, kind of vibing, like, oh, maybe, like, can I get your number, and then, like, move forward from there. But, like, it's weird when people kind of just give you that one word, like, they don't give you anything to work with. Like, I feel like, you know, like, ask questions, get to know a person, see what it is, and then from there, like, the whole purpose is to, like, get off the app and, like, be in real life. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. I'm like, well, there we have it. But for the switch up randomly, super switch up, what do you think about, like, okay, because we're both natural. Would you want to get, like, work done? And then what do you think about, like, you know, natural versus work done?
Oh, good question.
Let's switch up.
So,
Let's switch up.
I worked for a plastic surgeon for the past year, and I don't work there anymore. And it was a cool experience. I can honestly say, like, so I've never had big boobs my whole life. And, like, I always wanted them. When I first moved to LA, I was, like, dead set on getting my boobs
Was
done.
it after LA that you wanted them? Like, after seeing the girls in LA?
No, I
Because
always
you are
wanted
from
them.
Nantucket.
Yeah, I'm
that's
from
nothing?
Nantucket, Massachusetts. It's a little tiny island.
Do girls have work done there?
Yes, I mean, some do, some don't. I would say it's
What's, like, the ratio? More?
very small.
So more people are more natural than...
Well, I mean, where I'm from, there's, like, one hospital. Like, there's not, like, you can't even get plastic surgery where I'm from. Like, you'd have to go to, like, go off island or go to a city and do it. So, you know, it's not that nobody has it, but obviously, like, moving to LA, it's totally different. But I always wanted boobs, like, all of middle school. I was asking my mom,
so
like,
already before you were thinking about
when
it.
am I going to get boobs? All the girls have boobs. Like, I don't have any, like, whatever. And, like, as I've gotten older, I've learned to, like, you know, appreciate, like, having smaller boobs. But I really wanted it. And then I feel like, I low-key feel like I got the job that I got so God could be like, sit your ass down, like, and appreciate what you have.
Okay.
But I worked for a great surgeon. And some days, like, some of the girls I would see come in, I'd be like, oh, my God, like, boob envy. Like, I want them so bad. But then I would see, because he did a lot of like revisions, I would see like other beautiful girls that had gotten surgery and like it turned out bad and they needed a revision, or like the scarring was bad or something happened.
Botched, like super botched.
I've never seen anything crazy, but I've seen some stuff that's pretty bad. And then like, and they've even said like out of their own mouths, like, if I just like, I was fine how I was if I never got it. Dang. So I've like gone back and forth on wanting it so many times. So I feel like I'll know if I decide and I really want it. Like, I would definitely get it. I don't think there's anything like wrong with it, but I've just never been like 100%. So I've never done it.
What about girls that do have their bodies done though?
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I definitely
Can you tell by looking at someone like, oh, they have work done, they don't have work done?
I mean, I definitely can. I also think, more so like working like in the industry that I worked in now, it's like so much more easy to see even work that looks more natural. I can like tell certain little things like, okay, it's real or it's not. Obviously, I think some girls look a lot better than others, and maybe some people, took it a little over the top, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I honestly think the only thing wrong with people getting work done is if you think it's going to change, like, if you think it's going to change your confidence, if you think it's going to make guys like you better, if you think, I think there's wrong reasons for getting plastic surgery, but I think in general, there's nothing wrong.
When you said about the making someone like you better, I'm like, that reminds me of someone that we know, kind of like, that they think that their significant other's going to like them better. It's almost like, I think I was just talking to you about this when we were working out, that that person is going to get something done. But at the end of the day, I feel like even after they have their work done, they're still going to be the same them inside. Like, they're still going to be like that person they were. Like, it's a confidence.
Yeah.
You know who we're talking about,
Tell us, no.
Yeah. Okay.
So, going on what you guys are talking about, I actually know someone who is so, like, obviously she has her body done head to toe, and she always talks about this and this and that, and I kid you not, she's always the first one to cover up, to be like, no, I can't go over there because they're going to see me, and I'm like, and I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, your self-confidence, I'm like, if I wasted 10,000, 20,000 on my body, I'm like, I would go show it off. And she's always like trying to cover up and like, oh my gosh, I'm so fat here, I'm so this, like, I think Kathy will probably know who this is, but like, I always like, I'm always like talking shit. I'm always like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how can you have like this much work done and like keep thinking that way? Like, it's obviously at this point, it's not about how you're looking. It's just like within your mind and within yourself, which is
but that's the thing.
Up. Like,
is like one doesn't change the other. Like, changing your outside isn't going to change how you feel on the inside. It really doesn't. And I think like, I will probably get my boobs done one day. Maybe it will be before kids, maybe it'll be after. I'm sure I will. But it's like, I'm not expecting it to change my life. I expect that maybe I'll like how some shirts fit better, and I'll be like, feel really cute, like extra cute in the mirror. But like that's all like I'm expecting from it. So I don't think there's wrong with doing anything.
Deeper. Like, it goes deeper than just skin. Like, it's
like if you really want a bigger butt and you've worked your ass off and you can't get one and you want to buy one, like, I'm for that. Or if you feel like I just really like I can't lose this weight and I want to get lipo, like, hell yeah, like, do it and feel amazing about it. But I just think a lot of girls, especially in LA where like the standard is just, it's different, I feel like it puts pressure on all these people, and they think that, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna feel this way, I'm gonna get this attention, it's gonna change my life. And at the end of the day, it's not.
It's not. No, that's
you're gonna change your own life.
That's why, to me, I'm just like, people that want something done, I'm like, do you want it because you want it done, or is it because like somebody has said something about you that you're like, oh my god, like, and like I said, not even like just on a regular basis, I'll see something and I'm like, oh my god, like I'll see like a nice nose, and like, oh my god, I'm like, I want that, and at the end of the day, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just feel like it's a lot out here, but like I said, I feel like people out there who want something, I'm like, do it for yourself, because like I said, this girl's crazy. I'm like, dude, that's so, like, you waste so much money. Like, why do you even think like that? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I get you on that part though. Like, it's like she was hoping it was gonna change something, but at the end of the day, she's still her inside and all that stuff.
Yeah,
which makes sense. Like, the most girls that, not every girl, but a lot of them that have stuff done, they're like the most like insecure, I guess you would say. Because I've even seen like famous actors or whoever it is. I've seen like, let's say you like confidence. What would you say confidence is? And for a woman,
That's a good question. I really think like confidence is just being comfortable in your own skin. But one thing like I will say, so like I would describe myself as a confident person. Like I think you guys would probably say that. Yeah. But confidence doesn't mean like you have no insecurities or you wouldn't change anything about yourself. And I think like that's like the misconception. It's just that like you're happy within and you can still have like little insecurities. Like I wish, you know, like my boobs were a little bit bigger. I'd take a little bit of a smaller waist, sure. But like at the end of the day, like I'm happy with myself and like when I go on set and I stand next to girls with a huge ass and a huge butt, like I don't feel any different about myself. You know? So I think it's all about like just feeling like comfortable and happy in your own skin. Like I really think that's what confidence is. And I think like in general, like confidence is sexy. Like confidence is sexy to a man. Confidence is going to be sexy to your partner. Like it doesn't necessarily always matter if you have like the biggest boobs in the world or this or that. Like because there are girls that do and they're not confident.
I was gonna ask it. I wanted to ask you, no, and then Mama D after. What's confidence to you guys, or like playing off of that? Because I like this topic a lot. I feel like I talk about it even off of the podcast. I talk about this a lot. Yeah. So. Oh, go ahead. No. Go ahead. No. She said no, aka NOH. No.
Like,
no. No.
Okay, well, self-confidence to me is like my big thing is like always, I don't know how to, like, I guess just being like always trying to be positive. Like I said, like being a girl is hard, especially like in a society where so many things are getting thrown at you. Like we live in a life where like girls have this done, like it's normal. So like it is hard, but I've come to find like to me I'm like natural fits me best, and like and if I try to be somebody who I'm not because of somebody said this about me, said this, like at the end of the day somebody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, that girl doesn't have this. At the end of the day I'm like, dude, I'm happy with myself. Like I don't care about who you think about me. And like I said, I actually know girls that like are chubby or like, you know, they're like thicker, but like they're so beautiful. And like I'm like, holy shit. But that, you know, why sometimes I'm like, how do they get all these guys? But it's because they carry themselves. I'm like, they won't have like not the nice body, but like the way they come in, the way they dress, I'm like, holy shit. So like that is to me, I'm just like always like at the end of the day, I'm just like, fuck what anybody says, because they're always gonna and especially with like with you, you're always gonna find something like wrong with yourself. But it's like at the end of the day, you're just fine the way you are, and if you want something done, obviously go ahead, do it. But always just do what makes you happy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's who you are, not really like how you look. Like let's say like how you were saying, like some girls might walk in which have their bodies done, which they still look, I'm sure, bomb and all that, but like you like let's say they're just standing there, just kind of like okay, like, and it goes to personality too, like what's your personality like, and then we are natural, so like whoever it is, like, and they might just stand out more than them just for the fact that they are confident and they're having fun, they're being themselves. And
no, I told you that story. Like Angel and I were talking about this the other day, but she knows who it is. We I
love how we're like, we know who
it is, but there was somebody like popping a while back that I had like a little crush on or whatever, and we end up like kind of being around this person or this or that, and my friends are trying to embarrass me, and we're all like, okay, Callie, like, you know, go ahead at so and so. And one of his friends like actually came and told us, and he was like, honestly, like, he only likes girls with their body done. Like, don't even, like, he really only wants.
I've heard things like
he
that
only
too.
wants a Kylie cutout. So like, kind of don't. And I was like, you know, it's pretty hard to like hurt my feelings unless I really care for you. But like, even I was kind of like, I've really never had somebody say that to me. I was like, okay, like, okay. But I was kind of like, damn, you know, and it kind of makes you feel away for a second. Like, I'd be lying if I said like, I've never been on set and seen like a girl with her body and it looks amazing, and it kind of crosses your mind for a second, like, ooh, like what would I look like with that, or what would I look like if I had that?
That's so true.
You know, is true. Like I think everybody like you can't, you know, I know we've even like had these conversations where sometimes we're kind of like, damn, like what if we did have that, like what would be different, like how would we look, you know, do we want to do that?
So what was the question you wanted to ask me? What is confidence?
What is confidence in your, like, what is confidence to you as a woman? What is confidence? And we're playing off of as regards to natural body versus done body.
Okay.
Not that either is lesser than or. better than one another?
Confidence is a state of mind. It is the way you walk. It's the way you talk. It's your belief about your system that I am perfectly made exactly the way you are. And whatever flaws you might think you have or anybody else thinks you have, like, you just own that shit. You know? So if somebody like has naturally little boobs, fucking own it. You know, if you have a big fake ass, own it. You know, if you want to look like a crazy Barbie doll transvestite, own it. You know, like, you know, if you want to have short hair, own it. If you want to have long hair, own it. The confidence comes from a guy's attracted to a woman who loves herself.
Period.
Because you can get all that done, you know, or he could be like, hey, I only like, you know,
that's what Callie was saying.
Big booty girls. But at the end of the day, if he's standing next to her and she's maybe a bitch or she's insecure or she keeps talking about how fat she is, and then he's over you, has you over here, and you're laughing and having a good vibe, like you're just vibing and everyone is loving you. It's an energy. It's an air of energy that the confidence comes from. You know, so, and then that's completely what men, the number one thing I'm always being told, because I do the polls all the time, the number one thing that every man says is a woman with confidence.
I love that.
And I think a great example is, you know, sometimes we see like, you know, the big BBW girls with like little crop tops on, you know, at the mall, and you're like, damn, like I won't even wear a crop top and I have like one little baby roll kind of thing, you know, but she's really like, she's like strutting down the mall, like, you know, all like bam, bam, with her, you know, hair flaunting and her hair done, her nails done. And she honestly believes in her heart she is the shit. That is confidence.
Period.
Right?
That's good.
And then drop a mic. Bam.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to talk about, though. But yeah, but did working out, because I know we both work out. We're both big into working out. Did working out build your confidence? Because for me, it definitely built my confidence so much. Working out, I feel like since I started working out like maybe 19, and I feel like I am where I am today basically because I did work out. Like I started working out and my life changed. I would say on it like 100% because I worked out. Like I just started working out, my body started getting better, this and that, and then it made a bigger difference than you would think.
Yeah, I honestly, I think
weightlifting specifically, but yeah.
No, I think it makes a huge difference. So I know for me, like I've done really competitive sports like since I was a kid. So both my parents were super fit. At one point they were both like bodybuilding. My mom's a trainer. So I grew up like eating really healthy. I grew up, fitness was super important. So in middle school and high school, I played soccer really competitively. So I was always like running, lifting. I was always on some type of program. And I remember thinking too, like in middle school when all the girls were really skinny, like I just always had big thighs and a big butt. I always did. And I remember like coming home one day and telling my mom, I'm like, am I fat? Like, I feel like I'm fat. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I just don't get it. Cause all the other girls like in the 6th grade are like these little bean poles. And like, I'm still really short. Like, I swear I haven't gotten taller since 8th grade. I'm like 5'1". So I've like literally always had the same body. And then like, as I've gotten older, and especially now that like, I feel like fit girls and being like a little bit thicker is in, like, I like wouldn't trade like my like thighs and my butt for anything. Yeah. But I think it did give me like a huge confidence in just being involved in sports and like being in the gym and stuff. I feel like is where I feel the best.
So but at first though, middle school, you said you felt out of place though.
Yeah, I did. And I was never like, I didn't have like, I've certainly fluctuated slightly in weight here and there and felt better about myself at like different weights, but I've never been like chunky or overweight. But I just remember like, you know, when you're in middle school and have that awkward phase where like some girls are developing and some aren't. Me when I was like waiting for my boobies.
I remember.
But you know, like you're just like, what the fuck? Like everyone else is so skinny. Like what's going on?
I remember I had some girls in middle school where they were like, fucking. They looked like they were like 30. They had like big ass slot. Big ass. No, I mean. I didn't mean old. I mean like developed, like slobber knocker. Like they were wearing thongs, and when I was in middle school, I'm like, a thong, I'm like, I feel like that was like, where, what? Like, I'm not even allowed to buy that if I tried. You know what I mean? Like,
It's so crazy
that's-
too. Like
yeah,
kids
and-
these days,
yeah.
like these girls are so cute and they wear like crop tops and whole outfits. And I was
Yeah.
like, thought it was really cool to like wear Abercrombie with my Ugg boots. Like that was like the cool kids.
And Hollister. What about Hollister?
Oh yeah, Hollister was big too. Hollister was cool.
I remember one time I got a bunch of Abercrombie gifts, and I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I'm the shit. Oh my god. Wait till I wear all my And then I would wear like my Abercrombie with like jeans and like beach flip flops.
No, yeah, it was so
I'd
cool.
be like, yeah, I'm that bitch.
No, literally, I remember too, like, we thought it was really cool when we were younger to wear, like, college hoodies, and someone had gave me, like, a Boston college hoodie, and I would wear it with, like, these ripped jeans and my tall Ugg boots and my friggin' braces,
actually
and
sounds
I
really
thought I
hot.
was that bitch.
That sounds cute. I think that sounds.
And we would go, so the big thing where I was from is, like, you would go to the Boys and Girls Club. Like, that was, like, the cool thing to do.
Is that like YMCA? Or?
Yes. You would go to the
Okay.
Boys and Girls Club, and we would all sit there on the bleachers, and we would watch, like, the boys' basketball team practice. And you could, like, watch whatever boy you had a crush on.
And then you were on the soccer team.
That was, like, in
at
high
that time,
school.
yeah?
I actually played basketball, though, when I was in middle school, because I played a sport every season. So I played soccer in
Okay.
the fall, and I did basketball in the winter. So I, like, played, so we'd be in the same gym as them. We'd just, like, watch the boys' basketball team. And then everyone else got tall, and I didn't grow. So I stopped playing
So you
basketball.
said you would watch them on the bleachers, and then what? You just watched
Like,
them?
nothing. That was just, like, the
Whatever
cool.
you liked. Did you have some that you liked?
That was the cool thing to do. Yeah. Always had somebody I liked on the basketball
What grade
team.
were you like in the time that you really liked the? Did you ever like someone older than you when you were in that like in the sports?
I always liked somebody older than me my whole life. That's the problem.
I remember when I went to Fairfax for a little bit, and it was ninth grade for me. One of the seniors, actually, all of varsity was basically seniors. So it's like I feel like ninth grade and seniors are so different.
So different.
Like it, I'm gonna speak for back then a freshman. Like I was like, it almost scared me. I was like, oh my god, they look so grown.
Yeah.
like we're
No,
fresh
for
we-
real.
We thought we were grown in middle school. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm old. Y'all are children. And then I remember had this favorite guy on the basketball team, and like during one of the practices, like he took his. I had him in Spanish class, and I'll never forget him. I forgot his name. Light skin with colored eyes. Barry something. I don't know. I'll never forget. I was in ninth grade. I think he was like in a senior or 11th, and he was on the basketball team. And one time I was on like the freshman team. I was like going in for practice only because we would talk sometimes in Spanish to like. So one time he was like on the varsity. He was practicing. And he like had his jersey off, and he had like all his whole back tattooed. And I'm just like walking by, going to the locker rooms, and he grabs me. He's like, "Hi," and I was like, and, I'm like, and he hugged me all sweaty, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, I was literally like, "I'm so cool." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking cool."
Literally, I could miss the good old days when you're just like everything was like so innocent and like such a big deal.
It really be like that though. Oh, can we just bring up, because talking about this, it reminds me of that one time that you said in high school you would sneak out to go see someone. Excuse Cali mama.
Oh my God.
Mom's that you said you would like literally book it. You would be like you would sneak out and stuff like that.
I did. Sorry, Mom. I did sneak out, never get caught a few times.
You said you would get so scared. You're like. You
No,
were like,
I was.
sprint.
I was really so in love. It was the first boy I was ever in love with, and I was like 15. And I would literally knew I couldn't just ask and be allowed to go to his house. And he was like 18. He was 18, I think, when I was 15. And I would literally sneak out of my house. And where I lived, it was kind of I have it was a long driveway, but it was
love this
off
story.
a dirt road. It was not the middle of nowhere, but I would literally jog down my
Just
driveway.
know she was by the beach.
I'm still scared of the dark, guys. I don't really like the dark.
Me
So
too.
I would book it to the end of the street, and we had this big rock that had the name of my street on it. And I would hide behind it. And so Uber was not a thing back in the day when we were 15. So I would call a taxi, and I would make sure I had just cash on me, and I would take a taxi to his house. And
How much?
$15 usually.
Dang, that was back then too. For us, I would have
Yeah,
been like, "Yo, this
yep.
is
And where he
expensive
lived
ass-
at was on the other side of
Where
the
did you
island
get your
from where
cash
I
from?
lived out. I don't know, honestly. I don't even remember.
She's like, you know what? She's like, I just find it on the
And
street.
then like, yeah. Good times, man. I just like loved. I was really never like a bad kid. Like I didn't really like
Were you
drink. I
not,
didn't do
though?
drugs. Like I didn't like. I was just always really social. Like still how I am now. Like I loved to like go out. Like I literally, I did
Social butterfly.
social butterfly, and I did like, especially when I was playing soccer. Like I did take it so seriously, and I didn't like. I'm not gonna say I didn't underage drink because I did, but I didn't really party like that. I did take everything super serious. Like I didn't smoke weed, so like I would literally just want to be out to like be like I'm cool, like I'm out, I'm
Just
here.
out and about doing something.
Yeah, yeah. Even when I was like younger, when I was like 14, one of my first little boyfriends was a senior. When my parents found out, like my dad like lost his shit and was like, I'll literally send him to jail. Like this is a joke.
Shit.
But I literally at 14 would like be like, I'm not gonna date you if you're gonna smoke weed or like if you're gonna drink.
God, for
and
real?
now that I look back, I'm like, who the fuck listens to me? Like,
But you never smoked weed in high school?
I did like a little bit, like a very little bit my junior and senior year, but because of soccer and like we were drug tested and like I was like obviously trying to get recruited for college, like I didn't really like or in college either because I always played sports, and especially in college, I was always the one that got picked to be drug tested. And they said it was
You're like, Callie looks like she's up to no
like
good.
they said it was random,
Like,
but it
Callie's
was
the
always
prettiest,
me.
so we're gonna pick her.
No, but I swear, like, these random drug tests was always me. And I was never doing anything wrong, and I would still get in there and, like, panic and be, like, so nervous. So I didn't really do
You're
really
like,
do
it was
anything.
all Gucci. What about the first time you got drunk?
I don't know if I remember the first time I got drunk.
Don't?
I don't, like, have, like, a good story from
Not
it.
a good, but like, do you remember like were you outside of high school or?
No, I got drunk in high school. I do remember this one time my senior year. My mom let me have some friends over, and I had moved from like the island I grew up on to a little town outside of Boston to go to high school because she just wanted me to go to a good school, and I wasn't able to like travel for soccer, like living on an island. So we had rented this little house, and like I always called it the farmhouse, but it like literally had this barn like connected to it that had like a little loft area. So I could convince my mom to let me have a couple friends over. So I had my friends over, like we had this great night, and like I was mixing alcohols like a dumbass. And so everyone leaves and we go back inside, and I had maybe like 4 girlfriends sleeping over, and like I just remember hitting the pillow with the room like totally dark,
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
like, oh fuck, like everything's spinning. So I get up and there's 2 girlfriends laying on the ground. So I jump over one, jump through the other. I'm like just trying to get to the end of the hall and go to the bathroom because I knew I was gonna be sick.
shit.
I didn't make it to the bathroom, and I threw up outside my mom's bedroom door. And as she's opening the door, which one of your fucking friends pulls the door open? And I'm just like sitting on the ground, and my friend Elizabeth's like standing over me, and she's like, and my mom's like, Callie, are you serious?
And then what? And then what happened?
And then her and my friend Elizabeth like took me to like the bathroom at the end of the hall, and like I was just sick and like throwing up, and then they put me on the shower, and my mom like always tells me I was in the shower crying, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
We're like, not much has changed. She be crying, but with her boo now.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, and Kat told
That's
me,
the cancer
Kat told
in
me I
her.
cried with you and her and Mama D at the party, and I was like, I'm just so grateful for our friendship. I don't know. Maybe I should stop.
Yes, that's what she's.
Okay, well, I do really love my
emotional
friends out here,
cancer.
but damn, I was just,
She's like, so that was real. She's like, I really do love you, you guys.
I'm a Cancer. I'm just an emotional girl. I mean well. I'm just sensitive, you know?
I love cancer. You're actually, I think you're the only second Cancer I know.
Hopefully your favorite.
Do you know other Leos?
I know a lot of Leos.
Do you know Noelle's a Leo? Do you remember that?
Yes, I know she's a Leo. It's so weird. I feel like almost every guy that I've dated is a Leo, and I have just a lot of Leo friends in my life. So I feel like I'm just attracted to you guys. But I feel like Leos are like, I don't know if the guys are like aggressive and like confident and like outgoing. Like I just feel like you're my kind of people. No, I'm telling you, I have so many
Guy
Leos in my
Leos are
life.
Guy Leos are different than girl Leos, though. No?
Yes, I do think so, but I think there are some similarities. But I feel like you like I would consider you like I think you're like really confident and like not aggressive in a bad way, but you'll go after you want, whether it's a guy or like a job. Like you're very like I'm gonna go get that. I'm confident. Like you are outgoing. So I feel like you're a true Leo.
I thought this whole time I always be asking. I'm like, oh, I'm shy, huh? Or this and that. And people are like, no, you're not. I think I'm shy. You don't think I'm shy?
Oh, we did talk about this lately.
I'm
No, I
shy.
don't think you're shy. I don't think she's shy. Mama D, do you
Can we
think
get
she's shy?
everyone's opinions on this?
You think Jasmine's shy?
When?
Anytime.
I don't
feel-
like. What's an example when you think you're shy?
I mean, if it's someone new, I'm not that talkative with them. Like, I'm not really chopping it up.
Abel thinks she's shy. Okay.
No.
Your friends, but like on a normal basis.
Normally, I am reserved. Yeah.
Even like when I've had my friends over, we don't like go up to them like, Mama D.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, okay.
Okay, I could, okay.
I think you guys
Or pass it to Abel one if you want.
Oh, here.
it's okay.
It's still something.
She's like, I want to know.
Go ahead, Abe.
Ask the question.
Honest Abe, my uncle. Do you think I'm shy?
No, I do not. Or yes, I do think.
He's like, just
Around your friends, of course not. I mean, I don't think any of us. I don't think any of us are really shy, and I don't think any of our friends ever think we're shy because we're friends, you know. And they don't hear us in that aspect. But yeah, like around new people or people that you don't know, like a lot of us are like that. It's natural. It's a natural thing. Like you don't know what to talk to yet about them. You don't know what you have. You're both feeling each other out. It's a human. It's human.
Reserved.
Yeah, normally reserved for sure.
I totally disagree. Jasmine says what's on her mind whenever she feels like saying it.
I agree.
Very bluntly, whether it's harsh or not harsh. She goes after everything she wants, and she will go at any cost to make sure she gets it.
I
She's like, I'll
agree.
step on your drawing. Step on. Oh, I'm kidding.
So definitely not shy.
What's your vibe then on Cali?
Callie is friendly. She is
Bubbly.
sweet.
Bubbly?
Yeah, energetic.
Like, no, you're mean.
Definitely, yeah.
She's like, I don't even like you.
As a matter of fact, I'm glad we talked about this.
Yeah, cheer.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks.
Bunny's the real cheerleader. Bunny be like,
I always wanted to be a cheerleader. It's never happened for me.
no. Oh, she's like, what do you gotta ask? Okay, do you think we're both outgoing?
Do you think Jasmine's shy?
Oh yeah.
Tell us, no.
Okay, do I think no, Jasmine, you're not really shy. No, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say like you're very like, oh my, like you're wild. I would say like usually when it's a lot of people that you don't know, you just like chill. But like if it's just not that many people like that you don't know, like a small group, you're like really outgoing. But other than that, I would just say you're pretty, like you say what you want and you don't care who hears it, how you say it. You're very just forward with it. Like you're very blunt, which is good. Very good. So, I mean, I couldn't
That's
do
true.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Callie, I think you're very, very outgoing. Like I feel like you can be in a
I
room
am.
filled with
Yes.
like 20 randoms and you'll
Yeah.
still literally talk to everybody and like
That's
still
true.
know everything they do. What you'll still be like, oh my gosh, I love this person. I love this. You're very, very outgoing. So yeah.
That's on period, Poe.
Period poo.
What time are we at?
We're at 48.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll plug. Cause I have to go pee. So we'll plug in. All right, Callie. Anything else you want to add in?
No.
Maybe how much you love me.
I do love you, best friend. I
Yes,
love you.
Thank you. I love you more. So let's plug in Callie's. And did you just do Instagram or?
Yeah, just IG.
Let's plug in Callie. Let's get her to 10K. And then Callie's OnlyFans is kidding. I'm kidding, Mama Callie. Kidding. All jokes.
Coming soon.
Yeah. So follow Callie on the gram. We're trying to get her to 10K. Are we not? You're about to be there. Soon enough, you'll be passing. No.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, like, subscribe, hit that.
Follow.
If
the cash.
If you want her Hinge profile, what is your Hinge profile? Anyways,
You,
I mean, you're
you gotta
single,
swipe
technically.
and find me. And please be
yes.
cute and worthwhile.
It's Kelly. Thank you for tuning in. We love Kelly. She's my bestie. And then we're going to have another guest next week that's not going to cancel or flake. And I promise you that. I'm going to hold it to myself that that's not going to happen. And if you want us to be me show your product, whatever it is, flowers, weed company, whatever it might be, DM me or email me. Please like this video, subscribe. I will see you next week.